Let's go. Cheer!
This is the Morning Swim Show for Tuesday, April 12th. I'm Garrett McCaffrey filling in for Peter Bush. Today in the Finney's Monitor, we're talking to Denison head coach Gregg Parini, who led the Big Red Men to a Division III NCAA championship last month. Gregg joins us right now in the Finney's Monitor from Granville, Ohio. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing
Good.
very well. Nice to see you again, Garrett.
Good to see you too. Congratulations on the big win. It has to be an awesome feeling out there at Denison these last couple weeks, huh?
Yeah, it was a very gratifying win. It was great for the whole school. It was great for the community. Great for our guys. I'm still trying to recover to where I can enjoy it, but it's been terrific.
And I'm kind of stepping on my own toes by asking this question, but have more of the media questions been about you guys winning or about breaking Kenyon's 31-year streak?
I think it's been a combination of the two. I don't think you can separate the two. I think there are a couple different stories going here. Is obviously Kenyon's unparalleled streak, and then our ability to beat him this week. So I don't think you can separate the two. I've thought about that, and I think there's just two really good stories here. One was Kenyon's legacy, and then two, what our guys were able to achieve at nationals this year.
Sounds like you've embraced that as a storyline, but has it in any way diminished your accomplishment or the accomplishment of the guys?
I don't think so at all. I think we know who we are, we know what we've been through, and we know what it took to get to the top. I think we don't swim to satisfy anybody else other than ourselves. So I think our guys feel great about what they accomplished. We knew it was a hard-fought meet by both teams. I think the better team on that weekend prevailed, and I'm real proud of our guys, and they are too.
Yeah, hard fought to say the least. It was a dramatic back-and-forth meet that came down to that final relay. Where would you say your team won the meet? That's a great question. We went into that last day 35 points down, and I think one of the critical pieces on Saturday night's developments was Al Weich's mile. Going out and dominating the mile the way that he did, breaking the national record, I think just put everybody at ease, and I think put our guys in a position, got us relaxed enough to where our guys felt like, wow, we got a puncher's chance here. I don't think the meet was really won, obviously, until the last 25 yards of the 400 free relay, and with Spencer diving in and in fourth or fifth place. It wasn't won, and we weren't in control of it until about the last two strokes of the meet. To end a streak and make history like this, there had to be something different about this group of guys than the group of guys that you've coached for the past 10, 20 years. What was different about this team that allowed them to do what they did in March? I think they embraced the challenge. I think, one, we're a very talented team. I think we've got some real talent on the team. I mean, for us to crown three different national champions, three different individuals national champions, that's unparalleled for us. We've never done that. So obviously there's some talent here. But these guys embraced the challenge in a very big way. The alumni and I got together last fall, and we're like, okay, how can we make this a different year for us? And we developed a mantra through the whole year was that, and I think the team embraced it, and it just basically said this: don't be afraid of failure, but be absolutely terrified of being forgotten. And I think that captured the spirit of our swimming and diving this year. The way we performed is that, we may get beat, but you're not going to forget the fact that we were there. And it was that kind of approach that I think really fueled our performances all year. I mean, our guys just did not. They wanted to go down swinging, I guess. It's a great foundation, a great touchstone, especially when you're going through a meet of the type of drama and stress that it can be there at the NCAA championships. And as the coach, I mean, those kids are looking to you to be their rock and to be the stable point. Did you ever have to remind yourself, okay, keep it cool, I need to kind of check my own emotions a little bit just so that you could continue to kind of convey that to the team?
I think so. I mean, I've been in this gig for a long time, and I think my game has matured over the last 24 years. I think I'm a lot more composed coach on deck to begin with. But I think through the meet, there were moments where I started getting caught up in the scoreboard a little bit, and that's a bad formula for me in terms of keeping myself in the right place. And so going into the last day, I really just kind of separated myself from bean counting and focused in on just getting the guys prepared and keeping them loose and relaxed. I had a lot of people that would come up to me over the course of the last day saying, do you realize how close this is, or do you know what the score is going to be? I've figured it all out. And I do my best just to steer clear of those kind of conversations and get myself focused in on other things. And I had good fortune of some people on deck who know me very well, former assistant coaches who are coaching in other places now, who came over and know me well enough to get me distracted and focused in on the right thing. So I actually had a lot of help from some former assistant coaches throughout the whole meet.
The win comes at a very good time for your program. You guys are about a year away from a new facility. How do you take this momentum from getting the win and having a new facility coming in, which can be a program changer in itself, and turn that into more of those big NC2A #1 trophies that we see behind you there?
That's a good question. I mean, I've never linked our success to the facility that we've had. I've never wanted to do that. I've always wanted to link our success to our efforts as well as our work ethic and our imagination. And so for me, it was really gratifying getting this first title out of the old pool. Gregory Natatorium has been really good to our program over the years. It's clear that we need to take the next step. I think this will just, continue, will add to the positive inertia that's going on. And obviously, we've moved from, let's say, a relevant swimming program now to a victorious one. I think if we want to take the next step and become maybe even more established, I think that the facility will go a long ways in terms of developing maybe some street credibility among the public and swimmers and recruits and people like that. But we've never linked our success to a facility, and with the new facility, we won't link our success to it either. It's really going to be a function of how hard we work and what we're willing to embrace more than where we're doing it.
One of the best resources probably to find out how to repeat these type of feats is Jim Steen, who is right there in your state. It's kind of a fun. It's got to be a fun cross-state rivalry. What did Coach Steen say to you after the meet?
In typical fashion, Jim was very gracious. He and I have communicated a little bit since the meet, but at the meet, he made a point even before the outcome was determined. He asked me if he could come over and address our men's team, and I was more than happy to do that. And I knowing Jim the way I do, and having swum for him in the past, I knew what he was going to say, and that he embraces inspired performances, and that he wanted to congratulate our men's team on having really put an inspiring meet together. And so when he asked to do it, I was more than happy to accommodate him. And exactly true to form, he did come over and congratulated our men, told them how inspired he was by what he saw. He acknowledged that the better team had won, and again, a very gracious person in a gracious moment.
Wow. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, Coach, congratulations again. Just an awesome season, and capped off by a great meet. Enjoy the victory, and then best of luck moving forward in the next couple seasons as well.
We'll do our very best, and we appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot, Greg.
Take care.
That's Gregg Parini joining us from Ohio, and that'll do it for today's show. I'm Garrett McCaffrey. We'll see you guys next time.